Putting sound to images. I'm getting ready for an art exhibit and demonstration at the Denver Art Museum next week. I've been invited to talk about bas-relief. Bas, spelled B-A-S, is a French word meaning low. A coin is an example of bas-relief. I'm a stone sculptor and I love to carve in slate. Because slate is quarried in sheets, it's quite natural to create pictures in stone. The pictures led to story illustrations, such as Giracocola, and into book illustrations like Sadie Can Count. Today, I'd like to talk about a few of the options that are available to connect images and audio files so that the work can benefit not only by making label information accessible, but artist statements and audio descriptions. We can even add music and narration. We can tell stories to set the mood to the artwork and connect important information to charts and graphs and maps and diagrams. The first thing I'd like to talk about is Piggyback, which is an app. Open it up in your phone and you'll navigate over to a search engine where you can look for museums in your area. Now, if you're coming to the Denver Art Museum, you'll want to look up NFB, and that will take you to the art experience. And we'll scroll down to Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. This is accessible through VoiceOver. Then you'll be able to access the document that has the poem by Eugene Field. It has an audio track with the music and narration. It has audio described images, and it has sign language video that narrates the story also. The next technology I'd like to share with you is going to be at the Denver Art Museum, but it will just be with this book because this needs to be pre-programmed. It's a LiveScribe pen that's modified to work with images created by Steve Landau's Touch Graphics. So what you do is you have this image, and it's pretty cool. You touch the pen to the paper, and it's reading a embedded code.
Spherical cell contain Schwann cell. An individual Schwann cell wraps around and around the axon by growing in a jelly roll fashion. This creates the myelin sheath. Dendrites. Synaptic terminal.
So it will give you a lot of information. He has charts and graphs and maps illustrated. This is the internal combustion engine, and it can go into a lot of in-depth information. The tectonic plates, the brain, the plant, and we have the tactile periodic table of elements too, which has 17 different layers of information. So you can keep going down, down, down and through. Okay, the other way we have to put sound to images is with this pen friend. Now this is from the Royal National Institute for Blind People. And it has little dots. This is something you can do at home. So it has little dots that have code in them. You turn your pen on. It takes a little bit to get it on. Once the blue light comes on, you touch it to the little dot.
Sadie wanted to explore, so she climbed down to the floor and she found one ball.
Okay, so I just did this a minute ago, and I'm going to do one more for you. So I'm going to take this little dot that comes with the, there's a whole sheet of them, and I'm going to put the dot in the same place on every page so that it's easy to find. And then I press the record button. Okay. Two socks. And now when we play it back, so there you go. So I'm sure you can do better than that, but it gives you an easy way to add sound to images, and I'll also have it added onto some maybe artwork down there too. All right, the last thing I'd like to talk about is a sound cone, which is a down and dirty way to get some sound incorporated into your art exhibit. And it's really nice to have that accessibility. What you do is you find some weavers and ask if you can have some of their thread cones. These are the cones that they wrap the thread around for weaving. Once you get that, you need to plug up the bottom, and we just used some ethafoam cut out with a pipe in the shape, you know, the size that we need it. And then we stuff that down into the cone. Then we ordered some recordable sound devices that are used for like greeting cards. We got these from Big Dog Greetings, and so you record onto these devices. We got the 3-button 120 second. The first button is used for typical label information like the artist's name and the title of the piece, the date and the materials, whatever you want to put there, prices. The second one we added the artist statement, and the third one we have audio description. So this way, because they're put on in the same order every time, people know what button to go to get the information that they need. Then we put a Dymo tape label on it so that they don't get confused with one exhibit to the next, and you're off and running. And here's how it sounds.
On the design, Slate 2015.
So it's easy to keep it fairly private by lifting it up to your ear. Okay, so all the information that you need for the links and information about these products is listed below. Please join in with ideas that you have to make your exhibits more accessible.